Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Big Mark. Today, the subject is corn, more corn.
Well, today I'm going to be a con man, a good con man connotation, as opposed to somebody jipping you out of something. But I'm going to enhance your knowledge about con. We touched on it last week a little bit, but somebody asked me, how do you prepare the con, or what do you put in with it? So I thought I'd just talk about that a little bit. It's unbelievably flexible of what you can do with con, especially off the cob. And a lot of people say, do you cook it fresh? Well, you can use it fresh off the cob, not being cooked. If you want to cook it, some people do. You get 4 or 5 different methods. One is to take it off the cob and just saute it in a skillet for a little while with some butter or some oil, build up a little caramelization. You can take the cobs and put them on your grill and get a char a little bit, gives you a little smoke flavor, then cut it off. What I do with it, I take it off the cob and add a little butter to it in a glass bowl and put it in the microwave for about 6 minutes. Or you can do the old method of just boiling it, putting it in the boiling water. And when the boil returns, keep it in there for 3 or 4 minutes, then bang out into cold water and just take it off the cob that way. So it's really, those are all the different ways that you can do it. And then just cut it off. And then from there on in, it can be myriads of combinations of vegetables or whatever you want to put with it, different ethnic ones. You want to have a great twist to it, you can put in black olives, Kalamata olives, feta cheese. You could, the dressing could be like a little tzatziki style, which is yogurt, cucumber, and garlic and dill. Or you can just make a thin Greek type sauce with lemon and garlic overtones. You can get into Mexican where they add cotija cheese, jalapenos in the dressing. You use a little bit of cumin, chili powder, and stuff. And again, put some beans in if you wanted to. One interesting thought I was a Frito salad, a Frito corn salad. What they do is put all the corn stuff together. Usually use a creamy dressing, then toss it and let it sit so the flavors develop in the salad itself. But then take a bag of Fritos and hit it with your fist and break it up, but then just dump part of it into the salad just prior to eating. And you get a little bit of crunch with it. And of course, it's corn, again, corn. Of course, I'm a Cheez-It fanatic, so I do that with my salads all the time with Cheez-Its. And just put those in at the last minute. Again, you get the crunch. You don't need to have bread with it or crackers or any other starchy type thing. So then the Southwest style salad can be with avocado, and they're going to any kind of herbs. Obviously can treat it. Any kind of cheeses can be put in. Blue cheeses, normal cheeses, feta we already mentioned. But cherry tomatoes, onions, cucumber, zucchini, anything that you can cut up in little pieces or you like. Just got to pop it in. Black beans and corn salad, not only is colorful, but it's also a great thing. And place it black peas. You can have chickpeas. You can have pasta. The small kinds of pasta can be part of it. Rice products, things can be added. Another additive I saw somebody do was kind of funny, was adding regular popcorn to it. So at the end again, and that absorbs a little bit of the dressing. It gives you a little extra kick with the popcorn. Corn and bacon bits is a great combination. Then you can take this time of year, again, we've talked before about flavored mayonnaises where you have all these fresh herbs. But you get your mayonnaise that you make with, all you do is take regular jarred mayonnaise and you get a food processor and put in a handful of basil or dill. You can do it with curry powder. You can do it with Dijon style garlic, which would be obviously an aioli. And those have those ready to go. And then when you want to mix a corn salad, you can use those as part of the base. You might want to thin it down with a little bit of olive oil or with a thin vinaigrette. But again, as I say, the combinations of all kinds of things. And then I saw guys had made sweet corn ice cream. And if you think of it, that's probably tastes pretty good, pretty nice. But again, you can use corn in making cornbread, obviously, but put fresh corn in it. If you make a polenta, put fresh corn in it. So these are all the different things that you can do with corn. There's a great flexibility. It's still a great base this time of year for anybody cooking steaks and meats or shish kebabs or fish outside, because it's simple, can be done well ahead of time. And all it does is get better as it sits. And it can be part of the panzella salad that we've done last week. Corn's a great addition to that. And I also love things like crab cakes. Maybe you have tartar sauce with it. I usually make a tartar sauce, but I have a lot of corn in it. So the amount of corn, versus the tartar sauce can be whether it's a sauce or a salady type. It's a great combination with that kinds of fish, and also crab cakes. So that's the extent, not to get overly corny about it, but that's it. I will have no more talk about corn today.
One question: when you were a kid and you used to do those bakes on the beach where you would dig a hole and layer everything, there would always be a layer of corn, right?
Well, corn's a big part of the clam bake. It's corn, lobsters, clams. That's the main part. A lot of other people will add in sausages. They'll add some other kind of vegetables. But we used to do we call barrel bakes. We had a outdoor fire pit in the back, and it was built on bricks. And my father would get one of these sort of galvanized barrel.
Mm-hmm.
And my brother and I would go out in the morning and with him down the beach and go cut the seaweed for it. And you want to get the seaweed, which has all those little bubbles in it, because that has water in it. That's what creates the steam later on.
Mm.
And then he'd take literally hot bricks and put them in the fire. And then he'd take the seaweed, put it in the bottom, then put the hot bricks in, and have a layer. So the lobsters always went in the bottom. Then you put the seaweed on top, clams, corn, seaweed, then the steamed clams, and those would all be wrapped up in cheesecloth. So you had a little bunch. So obviously clams would spill all over the place if they were loose. And other people would put in baked potato, added to it, sometimes chorizo or other kinds of sausage, put in individually wrapped. And then you just put it up there and steam it, and you take each course as you ate it, you take it off, and then go in and you get the next one.
That's amazing.
So it was always.
Of course, there weren't the concerns about pollution then. You're just walking a couple of blocks and gathering your seaweed.
There you go. It was it was a fun day, especially for kids, because you're sort of participating in the preparation of an event, which is always fun. Young people like being involved that way.
It sounds completely idyllic. For those who don't know, the house on the beach where my dad and his brother would do this bake with their father and mom was just a couple of blocks from the beach in Scituate, Massachusetts. So right on the south shore of Boston, on the so-called Irish Riviera.
North Scituate.
Thank you. So for wine today, I suspect we may have done this one before, but if I don't remember, I can't expect our faithful viewers to remember. So this is a Picpoul de Pinet. This is from the Languedoc. It's produced in vineyards that are above salt marshes, above the Mediterranean. So naturally, in that area, it's known as a great pairing for shellfish, and certainly, as we just learned, shellfish and corn are a magnificent combination. So this will be very good with corn as well. This is 100% Picpoul. I'm actually wearing my Picpoul t-shirt today. This is from my partner Sean's brother's vineyard in Texas, and their Picpoul is a lot more robust in flavor because it's Texas Hill County. I mean, it's.
How do you spell that now? Hold it up again. Picpoul, just Picpoul.
The name comes from essentially the idea of it's so acidic that it stings the lips. It piques you.
Okay.
But a simple wine, but a really great summer wine. It's abundantly acidic, and then the body is much more like Muscadet. It's I would definitely say it's more acidic than a Muscadet, although Muscadet does have nice acidity as well. So just kind of a clean, simple nose, you do get a little bit of salinity there, speaking of the seaweed. As it's really just like you're taking half a lemon and just squeezing it into your mouth. You know, very simple flavor, but very clean and ideal to cut through the sort of fattiness and sweetness of shellfish, or even, you know, the sweetness of corn. So this has been Cooking with Big Mark. Thank you for joining us again, and enjoy those July dog days.